Streamers. I'm gonna be completely honest. I never really understood why people watch streams. Like, it was like a 5-hour long video of someone just doing stuff, and like there's usually not a lot of commentary, and there's just like usually grindy gameplay. But recently, I feel like streamers have taken off in popularity more than they ever have before, with like Ishowspeed and Cenat becoming household names. So today I wanted to look into how streamers got popular, why I don't like streamers, and why maybe I should like streamers. So I was a young lad of about 10 years old when I figured out what streaming was. And when I found it, to be honest, I was not that interested. I just thought, it's kind of lame. Because back then, this was like back in like 2015 or something. It was basically, most of the streams back then were just gamers grinding games. Like, not a lot of commentary, just pure gameplay, trying to be good at the game. At least that's what I thought, I didn't look too much into streaming because, it never really piqued my interest, if you will. So, when Mr. Low Taper Fade burst on the scene back in early 2017 to 2018, I was very quick to jump on the hype train. In fact, I never jumped on the hype train. I don't think I've ever watched a Ninja stream or any Ninja's clips, to be honest. But, that just, like, solidified my idea of what a streamer was, right? Because Ninja was exactly what I thought a streamer was. He would just play video games and grind. He'd be good at it, so it'd be impressive to watch. I can, like, kind of understand why people would watch him. But then things started changing. In the past 5 years, we've seen the rise of a couple new streamers, and the way they do things is a little different from the way that they used to before. When we see that Kai and Ishowspeed and Duke Dennis and Phantom and Jasontheween and Blackboy Max, after they all rose up, a lot of what they do anymore isn't really just gaming. Like, what they go viral for is just doing stuff like IRL and like, the streams where they directly interact with people in their chats, And these streams are new. They weren't just video games. They were like seeing stuff in real life, doing, whatever, like pranks, but live. And, I'm gonna be honest, like, after seeing all those things, I was still not into streaming because, again, most of it is just downtime, I assume, because I've never actually watched a stream before. All I've ever seen is like the Ishowspeed clips and the Kai Cenat clips and the Jasontheween clips, and all of those things. But, I've never really felt motivated to join a stream, and I feel like a lot of people feel that, A lot of the reason these guys got famous is because of clip farming and posting their clips on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels. And from that, they got famous, and apparently some people actually do like watching the streams, so then they watch the streams. But, that made me wonder, why is it that those people that watch the streams, why do they like the streams? So, I decided to experiment, and I decided to watch a little bit of a Kai Cenat stream. So now if you look at this stream, you notice something very particular, right? It looks like it's some sort of immersive experience, right? Like the cameraman's there, it feels like you're there with Kai. And I think that's the most important thing about why these IRL streamers, why this new generation of streamers has started to become so popular. But in order to reveal that, we need to talk about something else first. Now, it's a pretty commonly accepted reality in society that the younger people these days are a lot less social than they used to be. They're going out less, they're hanging out with people less, and most of the time they're just spending all their time on, their phones and their computers. Now, what does this have to do with Kai and streamers, you might ask? Well, it just goes back to the age-old concept of the parasocial relationship. Because so many people don't really have any like real friends in real life anymore, people look to these streamers and content creators, but most importantly streamers, because streamers are live. Like, there is some sort of facade that you can actually interact with those streamers. And because that facade exists, people fill that void of not having friends or any real world connections in their life with watching streamers. And I think that is the main reason why streamers these days have been becoming so popular. They're like online friends that anyone can have. But that was my 5 cents. If you have any more to say, please do comment down below. Let's go for 1 like on this video and 15 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we can hit that. Thanks for sticking through. See you in the next one.